What's up, guys? It's Nathan Chambers with Digital Forging. Today we're going to do a quick tutorial on motion tracking and try to bring a little bit more professionalism to your guys' work, kind of bring you a little bit more, sleekness, a little bit more edge to the videos that you create. Something I've used personally a lot in the past, whether it be edits or different things like that, whether it's school related or Call of Duty edits or different stuff like that. Keyframing is super important, and motion tracking, I can't even express how that knowledge of knowing how to just simply motion track can bring and just change it so much. So we're going to get started, but before that I would like to let everybody know that I've got another person on right now. My good friend Adam Cavanaugh is going to be on Digital Forging now, and we're going to be pumping out a lot of stuff, guys. Got some new projects going with websites, creating those, and really just pumping out a bunch of content to bring to you guys, whether it's on edge stuff like, hey, we're going to give you a bunch of free project files, here's just a shitload of stuff for you guys just to play around with, create your own creativity side to it. And on the other hand, we're going to go ahead and try to bring you a lot of stuff that you're really going to like, with its creative stuff, tutorials, different stuff to just, really get you in the zone to spread your own creativity. So I'm excited to, be partnered with him. And we're going to really take this really far, guys. We're super excited. And hopefully you guys come along for the ride. I'd really enjoy for you guys to see some of the content we're going to be putting out. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and drag down the motion, which is, I took this with my camera. My phone, my Android phone, so 1080p at 29.97 frame rate. Just go ahead and drag it down, and then what you're going to want to do from there is either start a new composition with the button on the bottom, which is the new composition button, or go to workspace. Then you're going to want to hit tracker, and then from there you're going to go ahead and open up your tracker section, and that's going to bring you to the ability to select your own item, the video that you made yourself. And then we're going to go ahead and go into that, and then you're going to be able to go up and hit track motion. That's going to bring up two boxes. Now the two boxes are going to give you a varied selection, and what that means is the first box that you see expanding is basically your open window, how large it's going to be on your screen. The second window is going to be your depth, or the exact area that you're replicating. So it's basically going to zoom in. And what you want to do is get a point of contrast that is higher in better levels than anything around it. So whether it's a silhouette of white with against a black surface, or whatever you're playing with, try to get the best point of contrast. And that's going to be the best thing. So in here, where I'm going to the top of the leaf, I'm going to choose a spot that's not necessarily extremely large in content, but the leaf is obviously a very different color compared to the grass in the background. So you want that one main point of contact that you can go ahead and get, that's going to allow you to grab on and motion track that the whole time. That way you don't lose any skeptics within it. So after that, you're going to go ahead and go up to your skip forward or play forward button. So this is going to motion track itself forward from then on. And I'll go ahead and bring you guys back in a sec. But basically, this should take anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. Alright, guys, so once that has completed, what you're going to want to go ahead and do is go ahead and go up to your video, bring it back all the way to the beginning. You could do it, I just prefer to do it that way. And then you're going to go up to your layer, then you're going to select new, and you're going to select your null one. Now what this is going to do is go ahead and allow you to move in and basically parent snap it to your text that you're going to create. So create that null object. It should say null one depending on how many times you've done it. It's going to vary for each person if you're having trouble creating it. Go to your actual edit profile, select the null one option, or whatever null you have created above your film or your whatever video you're using. From there, you're going to want to go ahead and hit apply. Now it's going to be the X and Y dimensions. This is going to allow you to cover both dimensions, X and Y. You don't want to do one or the other, you want both. And from there, that's going to allow you to really create it. So let's create the text, and that's going to allow us to parent snap that down to the actual null object that we motion track. So I'm going to put motion tracking digital forging, and this is going to allow us to show how the actual motion traction that just completed is able to connect with a null object. So we're going to go ahead and parent snap the text. I'm going to drop the opacity, move it to where you want after it's been parent snapped, and then that will allow you to really play around with where you want it to be. And the benefit of that is allowing it to do that and kind of like stay around the area where parent snaps. So you can put it on top, you can put it to the side, just try to find a way, an area where you prefer it to be. And this will really allow you to find, play around with it. It's going to be different for each person, like I said. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and drop the opacity. And this is going to, I'd like it as a personal option. It's really up to you, whatever you prefer with text. I just feel like it brings a little bit more professionalism, when it kind of blends in just a little bit. Being too overbearing with contrast is something to watch out for, but that's where you can go. But this is the parent snap, as you can see. It's the wiggly little line. So go ahead and drag that parent snap over to the actual text, and you can see how it's going to stay with, the actual text itself is going to stay in connection with the actual motion traction that you've done on the leaf. And that's the benefit of that. As you can see, it's staying in the same area as the camera's moving. It's a little jumpy, but that's obviously because I have a high contrast that was taken with an Android phone. So you can play around with that. You can use like Twitch or highlight all your keyframes and then hit F9 to make it a little more smooth. But other than that, it's really about the video that you've taken and the quality that you're going to take. That itself is going to depend on it. So go ahead and move the the motion traction around, or whatever text you want. Play around with it. I'm going to go ahead and add some color correction, letterbox, some optic flares. Add a little bit of music to it, and show you exactly what I ended up with. If you guys like it, if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I can definitely answer any questions that you guys have. But real quick, this is exactly what I was talking about. You can go ahead and highlight all of the keyframes under your attraction, and then hit F9. This is going to allow you to smooth out the actual, the actual motion traction itself with the text. It's going to be a little bit smoother. So that's going to benefit you a little bit more. You can see it's a little bit smoother when you actually go through it. It's not as choppy. And then you're going to have to just play around with it. If your camera is, really good with pixel motion and stuff like that, it's going to be a lot smoother. And contrast, of course, is going to play a lot of it between your camera and, the abilities and the colors it's going to catch. But if you guys have any questions, like I said, go ahead and please rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel in this video. And please let me know any questions that you guys have. I'm more than likely available pretty much all the time to answer your guys' questions. And I hope this tutorial has been pretty helpful. But please stay tuned for the new content that we're coming out with Digital Forging. Myself and Adam are going to be doing some awesome stuff, guys. Please check it out, and have a great day. Or night. Whatever you're having right now, wherever you are, enjoy.